Hi, I'm Shannon Miller, and this is Jenna Fasulo-Lapierre. We're here to talk to you today about some really cool stuff that has been filed with the legislature. It is House Bill 1041, and it's Senate Bill 1344 in the Florida legislature. These bills are just amazing, and we're here to talk a little bit about it. They're actually a product of Ashley Moody, our amazing Attorney General in Florida, and a product of elder law attorneys through the Academy of Florida Elder Law Attorneys in the elder law section of the bar. So we're super excited about it. And Jenna, why is it that we're so excited about this bill?
So first of all, we're talking about elder exploitation. And exploitation is a $20 billion per year business at this point across the United States. It used to be $3.5 billion, but now we are into double-digit $20 billion a year exploitation business across the United States. And in Florida, because we have a massive elderly community and population, which is only growing, is of particular importance to us. So to have these tools is just remarkable. 22% of Americans have been scammed in one form or another over the last year.
Yeah.
Now, the numbers of the actual exploitations are staggering. So for a non-family member, $17,500 is the average exploitation. And what's even more remarkable is the fact that the people that we love most, the people that are closest to us, are also the biggest exploiters, because the average exploitation for a family member is $50,500 per exploitation. Now, why does exploitation happen in elders? And what we know now is through research, there is a thinning of the cortical insula as we age, which prohibits or hinders the ability for elders to decipher between a truth and a lie. And we also know that there is a greater ability for elders to detect risk, or they're more trusting and therefore more exploitable as they age. We also know that baby boomers hold 53% of the wealth in America at this point. So we have an aging population, we have them holding the most amount of wealth, and we have a ton of seniors and elderly community here in Florida. So this legislation gives law enforcement and prosecutors new tools to help slow the tide of this exploitation pandemic.
Awesome. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about what the bill actually provides for. And the Senate version is sponsored by Senator Burgess, and the House bill is, of course, Representative Burton, one of our own lovely elder exploitation advocates. And so some of the most basic provisions of the law, the proposed law, are that, first of all, the statewide prosecutor's office is now, if this bill passes, will be allowed to prosecute exploitation cases. It also disinherits exploiters from estate planning. So if grandma gets exploited by grandson, he would then not be allowed to inherit from her estate. Or also like joint accounts or anything where he has been able to access assets and then becomes like a pay on death beneficiary. This would prohibit him from actually benefiting from those types of designations. It's a crime to receive a kickback. So if, for example, a nursing home was to refer a vulnerable adult to a Medicaid planner that then exploited the individual, that referral itself would actually be an exploitation if they received a kickback or some sort of benefit from making that referral to that Medicaid planner, et cetera. The other things in the bill are that it's a crime to actually isolate our vulnerable people from their family members. So that is now a crime. And for any long period of time, that especially if what they're trying to do is unduly influence that person. It's also a crime to actually try to change someone's estate plan to benefit yourself. I mean, this is huge because across the United States, that is not a crime anywhere. And what we know is that exploitation goes hand in hand with undue influence, where, you take grandma to the bank, you clean out her bank account, and then you take her to, LegalZoom or some other place where you actually change her will and estate plan to benefit yourself. It is now a crime to do that part 2 of this process. And that's huge for us. And then finally, and this is really something that elder law attorneys have long been seeking, and that is that agents under powers of attorney, hello kitty, will be able to actually file exploitation injunctions with the court. So we are super excited about this proposed law. And Jenna, why is it important that we actually have this broadcast today and kind of get this out there to the public?
Because we need your support. We need to make sure that this passes and that we here in Florida have these protections in place for our elder community.
So what you guys can do is actually contact your legislator. One call and one email to a legislator is actually the equivalent of 100. So like by you picking up the phone and making that call to your legislator and also sending them an email, basically they think there's like 100 people that didn't make that call or didn't make that email. And it's just huge if we want to get this legislation passed. It's coming up in March. So do your job for us and get out there, spread the word about this amazing bill. And again, it's House Bill 1041 and Senate Bill 1344. Okay, thanks so much.